Hello viewers and welcome to another episode of Mechanized Bestiary, where I talk about the various NPC you could face in a Lancer campaign. So, let's get going with Hornet first. Hornet, like its namesake, is an insanely annoying little flyer that has a dangerous sting. It's fast, it's hard to hit, and when it takes the initiative, you will find it a very painful experience because, while Hornet can't deal big damage, or even any significant amount of it, it can inflict painful status on you with ease. Solution: deal with it like you deal with an ace, take advantage of its poor defense, and damage it with ways that don't go against its evasion or agility. I would suggest grapple, but the Hornet sometimes could just slip out of your grasp. To Game Master, Hornet is a speedy controller that can inflict status very quickly on people that least suspect it. However, it can deal a lot of damage, so it's better to pair it with a striker or artillery NPC that can do the damaging part. Next up, Mirage. Mirage is the illusionist, making you see things that aren't there, and unable to see things that are actually there. Mirage is good at two things: teleporting its allies, and making its allies hard to hit. On top of that, it can also do both to itself constantly, ensuring that it can keep up with its team while being invisible. This quickly leads to situations where a slow NPC moves half the map in one go while your teammate asks, "Why is that berserker invisible?" and then all of you are dead. Solution: melee or tech attack, because both can ignore all the covers Mirage kept throwing around, and if you can, slow or immobilize it so it won't escape. Also, use all damage methods that can bypass invisibility, such as reliable, or just wait until Mirage lends out its invisibility to other NPC and then beat the shit out of it. To Game Master, Mirage is one hell of a support unit that can reposition all other NPC within its massive sensor range with ease, as well as dulling most attacks against them. It is powerful, but it is also fragile and cannot do any damage on its own, so you gonna need something to protect it, as otherwise it's going to die fast. Third in this episode, Operator. Operator is a long-range artillery unit that generally prefers accurate rapid fire while constantly running away. Operator has decided that instead of one massive hit, it will just fire until the chamber goes hot, so at least one shot will hit a high evasion player eventually. And if you want to catch it, you better be fast, because Operator has mastered the art of running away and could in fact teleport all over the map. How do you deal with this? Slow or immobilize it whenever you can and it will shut down Operator real fast. Just make sure that you don't stand too close to it when it kicks the bucket. Also, get some armor, and an Operator won't really do much to you. To Game Master, Operator is a highly agile artillery NPC that can easily run away from any sign of trouble or ambush from unexpected locations. Due to the highly mobile nature of Operator, they will often be far and away from most allies, which could work to your advantage or disadvantage depending on how your combat plan is. Number 4, Priest. Priest is a support class NPC that can bless one of its fellow allies with great power and great defense. Basically, a priest can link systems with an ally and give it a ton of buffs, making it far more dangerous, but also chain it to the priest because of how short range the link is. The priest also has other spells, like blessing its ally with a shield, or making you cook yourself every time you attack. Keyword: attack. Solution: break the link by pulling one of them away, or you could take advantage of it by slapping status effects on them because both of them will feel it. And when the priest is alone, you can basically just pound it until it's scrap because it can't do any damage. Just don't use any tech attack. To Game Master, Priest is a support unit that, while only able to buff one ally, can be quite powerful if said ally is a veteran, elite, or even ultra. As the Priest could basically do nothing on its own, you want to pair it with someone at the very least. And finally, Pyro. Pyro. You know what, I don't even need to explain this one. Pyro loves to set people on fire, and in fact will set people on fire even more if they are already on fire, which can be really bad for you. And unlike Hive, Pyro is also completely immune to burn, and could create a massive shield wall that can absorb half of any attack that goes through it, and I do mean any attack. The obvious solution is not being anywhere close to it, but that's easier said than done with that shield wall. But, it's actually quite easy to break it by moving or stunning Pyro. You could also just go around a shield by using weapons that can bypass it or literally go around it. But to actually deal with Pyro, you will need to deal with its high armor, preferably by shredding it. And since Pyro loves to burn and cook people up, going up front with fast unarmored striker to dodge the fire can be really effective. Of course, you can also avoid its attack completely by using its ally as a meat shield, because fire doesn't discriminate, or use mechs that are immune to burn. To Game Master, Pyro is a defender that can bring more pain than anyone expected out of that class. Pyro can basically ignore armor, heat anyone close like nothing, and has a positively gigantic shield that can protect a wide area at once, even if it's easy to disable. However, friendly fire is a high risk for using Pyro, so putting anyone close to Pyro so Pyro could protect them might also send them to an early grave. Anyway, that's all for today's episode, and I will see you all next time.